He waved his hands. "I just want some water. I don't need a healer." "I'll get some for you." There was no use arguing with him. She would call for the physician while she got the water. He could complain later, the stubborn fool. She crossed the antechamber and stepped out into the hallway. Her parents' rooms were across from hers, and the door was slightly ajar. "That's odd," she thought, but she continued down the hall, intent on her goal. As she rounded the corner, she saw two men in black garb entering one of the empty rooms. Stepping back quickly, she knew things were very badly wrong. Then she remembered her parents' door. Rushing, she was back to it within seconds, and thrusting it open, she burst into the room. The doorway led into a small sitting room. The layout was similar to her own rooms. It was empty. A scream came from the bedroom, and the opposite door flew open as her mother struggled to get through. She was held from behind by another of the black-garbed men, and the front of her nightdress was soaked with blood. In the space of a heartbeat, Elena saw her mother's head jerked back, and smoothly the man drew a short blade across her neck in a circular motion. Blood fountained from her ruined neck, and the Countess de Cameron sagged to the floor. In Elena's heart, a voice was screaming, but no sound came from her lips. Her teeth were clenched and her jaw set. The assassin looked at her, grinning. The woman before him was no challenge, bare-handed and still in her nightgown. 2 short strides and he was to her, his open hand reaching for her hair. He barely lived long enough to regret his mistake. Elena was one of the Anath Meridum, the secretive guardians that protected the line of Elenial, and a lethal warrior with or without weapons. She stepped into him, and her palm struck him in the chin, snapping his head back. The force of it caused him to topple backward, off balance. She stayed close, giving him no space as he stumbled. Holding his shirt, she ripped his other dagger from its sheath and pushed him to the floor, while sliding the blade into his chest, just under the sternum. A second thrust under his chin made sure he would not rise again. Her mother was dead. She knew that before she got to her. Her father, the Count, was dead on the floor of his bedroom, and the blood pooling on the floor shone blackly in the candlelight. Elena came near to collapsing then as the sight overwhelmed her. But a flash of light from behind kept her from giving in to her emotions. Returning the way she had come, she saw the hallway fill with incandescent fire, and the screams of dying men found her ears.